Hello, 80s receiving students and teachers.
Hello, Miss.
Thank you, class. You may sit. Okay, receiving students, I hope you are all ready together with the model class to begin our lesson for today. Class, before we go on to our topic for today, you are going to brainstorm on this word. I'd like you all to look up here, receiving students and model class. Receiving students and model class, let's all say the word together.
Non-biodegradable materials.
Very good. Now, I am going to put this word up. Receiving students and the model class, this is what I want you to do. You are going to brainstorm this word non-biodegradable materials. I hope you have gone through some exercises so far on brainstorming. Class, do you know what to do?
Yes.
All right. For the model class, you were given a paper, a sheet of paper earlier on, and a marker. So I'd like you to use that to brainstorm on this word non-biodegradable materials. Think of some words or some things that relate to this word non-biodegradable material. Receiving students, if you don't have sheets of papers, you can use your exercise book. The group leader can use his or her exercise book to write or do this brainstorming activity. You may now begin. I will only give you a minute to complete this short exercise on brainstorming. Just try this. All right, I hope you have almost one or two words written around this word non-biodegradable materials. All right, receiving students, please tell your teacher what you have gone through or what you and your group members have discussed on this word non-biodegradable materials. For the model class, we will now correct this by having students from each groups to come up and write down the words or anything that they have on this word non-biodegradable materials. All right, I'd like volunteers from each group to please come up on the whiteboard. On the whiteboard, I have the word non-biodegradable materials in the middle, and there are lines drawn towards that word. So I want volunteer from every group to come up and write the word that you and your group have discussed about. For the receiving students, please tell your teacher as we go through this correction. Okay, any volunteers from each group? I want a member from every group to come up. Thank you. With your markers, please come up and write the word down. Move. You decide among yourselves which one to come. Just come. I won't pick you. You come. Check to see if it's a whiteboard marker. Shh. You wait for your friend to finish. Okay, good. Next one. Pass the whiteboard marker to sit. One more group. We have 9 groups. Draw one, yes. Okay, that's okay. Here. Right away. Give it to him. Rachel. All right, everybody, receiving students and model class, do you think all these words that you have written around this word non-biodegradable suit that word in the middle? Let's see. Excuse me. Container. Container. What container are we referring to? All right. Which group came up with this? Okay, so we are talking about the plastic container, iron bottle, man-made, bricks, plastic, glass, can't decay, gold. Let's leave that other one out. All right. So, class, and the receiving students, I know you have now developed an idea on the definition of this word non-biodegradable materials. Receiving students, if you have the same as the model class, good on you, but if you have others beside that, your teacher will help you to sort that out. Now, from all these words that we have written, can someone now give me the meaning of this word non-biodegradable material? What is the meaning of non-biodegradable material? Receiving students, please tell your teacher. Very good. We have many hands. Receiving students, I hope you also have already came up with the meaning of this word non-biodegradable material. Right, let's see Korai. Thank you. We'll hear from you.
Things that cannot decay fastly or rotten.
Thank you. That's the way she understands the word biodegradable material. We still have some more hands up. Rachel?
Non-biodegradable materials that cannot decay.
Good. Livingstone? Is your answer similar to Rachel's? Okay, let's see if he has another definition.
Cannot be decomposed by living organisms.
Okay, very good. Okay, so in another word, you are saying your meaning is just the same as Rachel and Korai. And the others, I hope you also have the same definition as them. Good. Very simple, receiving students and model class. Things, anything that cannot decay, or what Livingstone said, decomposers or microorganisms, example, earthworm, bacteria, and fungi, cannot feed on those biodegradable materials. All right. What is our topic for today's lesson? Very good. Uses of non-biodegradable materials, and this is lesson part 1 of this topic. Now, class and the receiving students, what is the aim of this lesson? why are we learning about the uses of non-biodegradable materials? First one, in this lesson, the aim of this lesson is to look at the uses and the effects of non-biodegradable materials. Next one, we are going to find ways to control and manage non-biodegradable materials. You imagine if we have all the non-biodegradable materials dumped at our school. We use them and we dump what's the waste. What will happen to all those non-biodegradable materials? Okay, I'll leave that to you to think about it. But do you think we have ways to control and manage those non-biodegradable materials? All right, I'm sure some of you are now thinking faster, receiving students, and ahead of me, how to manage and control those non-biodegradable materials. Now, let's sit up straight now, and we will begin with our activity for today, receiving students. First of all, I'd like the runners to come in front. But before the runners come in front, for the model class, your group you will again make two groups in your own group again. Right? I will explain again. In your group, you are going to make two more groups because you are many in numbers. Some groups have 6 students in their group or even 5. For the receiving students, if you have less number in your group, then you can only remain as one group. Model class, we will go into 2 small groups within your big group. All right, runners, please come in front and pick up your materials. Leave your markers. You are going to give one to, you will make 2 groups within your group. Okay, one to another group and one to your group. All right, model class, you have 2 sheets of papers in your group. You will give one to the group that you have made and the other one to the other group, another smaller group within your group. So every member in the group is working and contributing and discussing. Right, receiving students, model class, this is our question to work on. You are going to work in groups to answer these following questions. All right, that is your first question. I'd like you to now discuss. You are going to choose one non-biodegradable material and you are to write its name. All right, so you work in your little groups within your big groups. I will give you 2 minutes to write the name of that non-biodegradable material down. Running out of markers, so you are going to use your pen if it doesn't work, okay? Name of that non-biodegradable material. 2 minutes, quick. Use your pen. Okay. Since you are 4 of you, so you can have one. You are to be with those boys. Now, one of you to join them. Don't. Which one? Which? Okay, receiving students, I hope you have already chosen one non-biodegradable material. You have written the name down. Okay, I will stop you very shortly, so please try to write fast. Okay. Okay, did we finish writing the name of that non-biodegradable material down? Very good. Let's move on to the next question. The next question, again, I am going to give you 2 minutes to work on that question. What is it used for? Okay. Don't write the question. Okay. Students, don't write the question down. You only have to answer the question. Write your answers down. Don't write the question, just write the answers down because of time. Okay, since it's not working, I ran out of markers. You will use a pen to write, please. Yes, one. Just make it into one. We should be in our little groups within our big group. Yes, that's a good distribution. All right. What did you choose, your group? And you? Okay, write them down quickly on the paper. You're not working well because you are all boys here and all girls here. We're supposed to be working this way. One girl with 2 boys and 1 boy with 2 girls. Next time, okay? Right, by now we should all have answered question number 2. What is that non-biodegradable material that you have chosen? What is it used for? All right, shall we move on to the next question? Yes. Thank you, class. Receiving students, I hope you have also answered question 1 and question 2. We will now move on to question number 3. Right. That is question number 3. Students, read carefully and answer that question. You will be given another 4 minutes to answer this question. Good. Let's see. Can you discuss? Come on. They're discussing, you discuss. Because most of the time, you are talking about glass, all right? Now. All right, thank you. We are on number 3. What does it do to the environment after it is used? Huh? Last 10 minutes. For the, that will be 30, yeah. So you are on question number? Three. Okay, good. You are talking. That's good. You're not making noise for nothing. You are discussing about the question. Okay, after it is used, that bottle. How? Okay, good boys. You are getting there. We are number 3. It is used to build what? Very good. Good. Thank you. The 3 of you, you should be taking part with them, please. All right. I will stop you shortly. Receiving students, I guess you are now completing question number 3. It's okay, doesn't matter so long as after the lesson we can try to. Right, class, I will stop you now for question number 3, and we will now move on to question number 4. How can this non-biodegradable material be reused, reduced, or recycled? Okay, you will choose from the 3 R's. Do you think it can be reused again, can be recycled, or you can reduce its effect on the environment? Okay, thank you. At least you have some. We are still on 3. Come on, think fast. We are talking about containers, right? Okay, what harm does it have on the environment after it is used? These containers. What containers are you talking about? You have to be specific, so when it comes to that question, you know exactly what harm it does to the environment. Plastic containers, but what containers? Is it the lunchbox containers or water containers? Okay. Okay, you can only choose from any of these. You think bricks can be reused? You think they can be recycled again? Do you think they can be reduced when it comes to harming the environment? If it has an effect on the environment, then how can you help to stop? Well, not really stop, but how can you help that it will not have a lot of effect on the environment? What do you do with those old brick? You said when the brick is old, it invites. You can explain, okay. Thank you. Boys are getting there. That's our marker is giving us problem, right? If you can't, then you can use your Bible. Thank you. Where are we now? Question number 4. Okay. You talked about the container. You think the container can be reused or recycled again after it is been used? How? If you say it's recycled, how? How will you recycle? That's it. doing fine, but you are still on question number 3. Let's move now to question number 4. Students, I hope you are now completing question number 4. Receiving students, model class, please try to work a bit faster. I am going to stop you shortly. All right, we are now going to stop class. All right, students, receiving students, you can come up in front and put up your posters or your sheets of papers that you have been using, and you can present your work to your teacher. Model class, I'd like those groups that have completed question number 1 to 4 to please bring your posters up and put them up on the whiteboard. Can you do that fast for me, please? Just come. All right, we have group number 2, quickly. Put it up. Just put it up and sit down. All right, we'll wait for the other groups. The reporter, you get ready. Come up, please. Just bring them up and put them on. I have magnets here for you to paste your. Next to it. Sorry. Any more groups ready? Oh, that's okay. Put it in the middle. Okay. Move that up. All right, while they are putting their posters up, the rest of you please try to read what other group students have come up with. All right, I am sorry for those other groups that you do not have yours ready. I know you have completed, but we do not have enough space. Therefore, you will keep your charts with you. Receiving students, as you can see on the whiteboard, we have all the answers from different groups, and they have chosen different biodegradable materials. As you can see, this group here, they chose bricks. Another one, gold. Container, we have 2 containers. This group came up with plastic container, that's group 3. Oh, another one here, 4. We have glass, plastic bag, and bottle. Do you think all these materials that they have chosen are non-biodegradable? They are. Now, our question 2 says, what is it used for? And many of you have written good answers. The brick, when the brick is old, or it is used for making walls, houses, and so forth. Gold, let's see gold. It is used for making jewelry. Receiving students, did you think of gold? I hope you have the same answer as the group in the model class with the same answer for its uses. Plastic, let's see plastic. Many groups said it is used for storing water. Yes, liquid here. Plastics, it is usually used in shops or making or market for carrying food. What about the bottle? What is it used for? Storing water or any liquid. And plastic bag, your answer is the same as this group. All right? Now, the next question. The next question says, how is it or what is it used for? We have gone through that. The next question, let's see. What harm does it have on the environment after it is used? For this group, this is what they said. When the brick is old, it invites bacteria and insects. Okay? Example, bed bugs and mosquitoes. So that is how their idea or their opinion on the effect that it has on the environment, mainly to the human beings. Okay. Right, next one, gold, pollute the environment. Example, when it is dug out of the ground, it can cause soil erosion. Don't you think so? Yes. Receiving students, if you have that, also good on you. Or if you have answers apart from what the model class has, your teacher will help to check. Now, what about plastic? Plastic, let's see if every one of you had the same idea. It does not cause, this group says, it does not cause any harm unless you leave it lying around. Do you agree? Yes. And it will cause or make a lot of rubbish. Okay, so I hope the other groups also have come up with polluting the environment or littering it. And what happens if it becomes rubbish? Do you think living things will be affected? Example, give me one example of a living thing that will be affected. Plants. How? Can you describe how will it be affected if you say plants? Thank you, Winnie. Sorry, Fiona.
It can harm the plant from getting sunlight.
All right, so for sunlight, yes. And did you think of the soil itself? Will it enrich the soil to make nutrients? And we will not have decomposers feeding on it to break it down so that nutrients will be produced for plants. Thank you for that answer, Fiona. Let's go to the last one. Let's look at brick. How can it be reused, recycled, or reduced? So this group say it can be reduced by using it for fencing or flower beds, and you can mend it again for reuse. Okay, so if you happen to pull your house down, your brick house, you can use those bricks. Instead of leaving them lying around and spoiling the environment, build a fence out of those bricks. Okay, good. Let's go on to plastics, because majority came up with plastic. Let's see, it can be reduced by burning it, or you can also recycle it. Here it can be reused by cleaning or washing it with detergents in order to fetch or store liquid again. After you use it, you can wash it up and store things in it. So again, I will not go through all these answers. All of you have done well, receiving students and the model class. You have done so well. You can compare your answers later on during your non-TV class time. With that, give yourself one big clap. Right, our summary for today's lesson. Non-biodegradable materials cannot decay. I want a fast writer in each group to write the summary down. Some can be recycled, reduced, and reused. And we know that all non-biodegradable materials, most of them can improve standard of living and can also damage the environment. All right. We will now move on to the next thing. What is our key phrase for today's lesson? Receiving students? All right, let's see. The key phrase for today's lesson is ban plastic bags. Why? Let's have a look at our next lesson topic. We will have part 2 of this lesson again. With that, thank you class for participating.
You're welcome.